She had waited months for this moment. A new apartment, a fresh start. Finally, completely hers. She walked through every room, smiling. No roommates, no noise, no drama. Then she heard it. Keys. The door swung open and he walked in, completely unbothered. She stared at him. He stared back. Neither of them spoke for a long moment. Turns out the landlord rented the same apartment twice. His answer? Sort it out yourselves. She was not sorting anything out. She grabbed tape and drew a line down the middle. Her side, his side. Simple. Night 1 in a shared apartment with a stranger. Mia grips her pepper spray, refusing to let her guard down. Exhaustion wins anyway. Her grip loosens, her body slumps into an uncomfortable position. For the first time today, her face finally softens. Kai stirs and notices her twisted, uncomfortable posture. Quietly, he crosses the line he wasn't allowed to cross. He sets the spray aside and gently repositions her. As he turns back, her eyes flick open. She watches him retreat into the dark. Morning comes. She wakes wrapped in warmth she didn't create herself. Her spray has moved. Instead, she starts unpacking differently. Small things, permanent things, like she's staying for good. Kai notices the shift, notices her humming quietly. She catches him watching. Mia moved in the next morning, unpacking quietly. She wasn't leaving because of him, and neither was he leaving because of her. Ethan stood in the kitchen doorway, watching her unpack like she owned the place. Mia paused mid-unpacking, her mind drifting back to last night, when Ethan did something she still couldn't understand. In the afternoon, due to the coffee in his hand was too hot, it spilled suddenly. Ethan reached for the broken glass, but Mia stopped him. His hand was already bleeding, and she brought a broom and bandage instead. Just as the tension settled, Ethan's stomach growled loudly, breaking the silence. Then Mia laughed, and Ethan followed. The tape line was still there on the floor, but neither of them really stood on their side anymore. At sunset, they stood apart in silence, both smiling softly, unaware that everything between them had already changed. She woke up early. Something was different this morning. She watched him move around the kitchen, quiet, focused, like someone who had learned to live carefully. She almost asked him something. One glass, one spill. Their hands touched. It lasted less than a second. She sat on the edge of her bed later and asked herself one question. Why couldn't she stop thinking about it? Meanwhile, he stood at the window, not thinking about the spill, thinking about her. They cleaned the apartment together that evening. No arguments. At some point, he almost smiled. She was struggling, and he found it funny. Then came the knock. One knock, and everything stopped. Then came the knock. Ethan opened the door. She was beautiful. His ex, Mia froze the second she saw her. She didn't know who this woman was. So, you're living alone here? The ex asked, eyes drifting past him into the apartment. Ethan didn't hesitate. Yeah, just me. Mia heard every word. It shouldn't have stung, but it did. The ex wasn't convinced. She leaned in. That's my new girl. She's resting. The ex gave one last look, then finally left. Your new girl? She asked, arms crossed. Ethan shrugged like it was nothing. They ended up talking properly for the first time that night. No lies, no games. They shook on it. Neither of them let go right away. Just an agreement. He stays until he finds his own place. Later, alone in her room, Mia stared at her own hand, telling herself it meant nothing, not believing it for a second. Morning after the agreement. Why am I smiling? It's just a roommate agreement. We were making rules, but breaking walls. Mia did all the work, and once again, someone else took the credit. Ethan always seemed calm, until that phone call came through. His ex again. Maybe that's why they understood each other. They were both exhausted. For the first time that day, Mia looked like she felt truly seen as she discussed her day. And just when everything seemed to change, the phone rang. She thought the night was over. Then her phone rang. Landlord voice. Mia, there's something you should know about Ethan. Mia, whisper. What do you mean? Mia could not sleep that night. She replayed every moment between them. The next morning, everything felt different, even the way she looked at him. Ethan noticed it immediately, but he didn't understand why. Without saying a word, Mia left the apartment. She returned to the only person who could explain what really happened. And the answer was yes. Ethan had not only known about the apartment, he had chosen it. Mia sat outside in silence as the truth slowly sank in. Mia thought to herself out loud that if he knew she would be there, then why did he never say a word? She walked back into that apartment with one mission. He was already there, like he knew she was coming. He didn't deny it, didn't flinch. He just asked what the landlord said. And that's when everything she'd been holding in finally came out. His mother. He said his mother lived there and she passed on a few months ago. And just like that, her anger began to fade. He wasn't performing grief. He was just carrying it. The way people do when they've been carrying it for a long time. She didn't sleep much that night. Not really. He came in like he wasn't sure he was allowed to. And honestly, she wasn't sure either. So, what was your plan exactly? Mia says, "You moved in even when you knew I had taken the house already. Honestly, I thought you'd leave on your own. I just waited," Ethan says. "And that girl who came here, that you lied that to that I was your new girl. Who is she to you? She's my ex. We were together for 2 years. She cheated. I ended it. She's still calling you. I've seen it. Are you over her, Ethan?" "Yes." "Whatever I felt for her, it doesn't exist anymore." They sat there for a long time after that, not saying anything, but not leaving either. And maybe that said everything. He had made his decision. Quietly, he was going to leave. She wasn't expecting that. She didn't think he'd actually go. "You're leaving." "It came here for my mom. I thought being in this place would make me feel close to her again." She sat down. She didn't know why. She just didn't want him to go yet. "Can I tell you something before I go?" Ethan says, "I came here wanting you gone. And somewhere along the way, you became the reason I wanted to stay. You're so frustrating. You know that?" A small broken laugh escapes her. "And somehow, you're the best thing that's walked into my life. Let me be with you, not for this apartment, but for you." He came to this apartment looking for his mother. He found something he wasn't expecting. And so did she. Some doors open for a reason,